Alright, how's it going, people? This is going to be the unboxing portion for the 8bitdo Ultimate Wire Controller for the Xbox. So as you see, you can get 3 different colors for this controller, which will be the pink one, which I got. They also have a white one and a black one, and here's the box right here. Really not much to say, it just shows the controller on the front, 8bitdo Ultimate software on the back, mapping, sticks, triggers, vibrations, special features, two programmable back buttons, custom software, 3.5mm jack, trigger vibration, hands grip, and custom profile switch button. So without further ado, let's open this thing up. So I actually own a couple of different 8bitdo controllers, but this is actually the first Ultimate controller version that I have ever purchased. I don't own like the Ultimate one for PC as of yet. I was thinking about getting it, but I'm pretty happy with the current 8bitdo controllers I have. So, oh cool, it looks like you get some thumb grips, which is actually really cool. Set that to the side, and it looks like there's a hair on my camera. I can't get it out, oh well. Hope you guys can't see it. But yeah, this actually is packaged very nicely. So, you get the extremely long wired 8bitdo booklet for, looks like you have 4 different languages, so that's cool. Not really much to say, because these controllers are pretty self-explanatory, as they kind of do the same thing that the 8bitdo Pro 2 controller does, except it's wired. So, all right, take this out the way, move this out the way. Oh, the controller's really nice. You get the breakaway, good old breakaway. An underrated feature that a lot of people don't realize is like very important, especially if you got animals that like step on your cord or something. This actually is nice to have. And here's the controller right here, and oh, there's a sticker right here. I have to say, holding this controller, it actually surprisingly feels really nice. Yep, the D-pad is definitely that Super Nintendo D-pad that everybody loves. Has like a nice little soft click to it though, which I appreciate. It has like a little ball in the middle right here, or like a little concave, like a little area around here, so that way you can like rest your thumb, and it feels really nice. Joysticks, these feel extremely similar to like the Nintendo Switch joysticks, which not bad, but not good. A little hard in the middle, but it has like a nice little concave inside, and you can easily rest the tip of your thumbs on the inside of the joysticks. ABXY feels really nice. Nothing like really like major or crazy, but it's a nice little button press. A very like glossy plastic. Dang, my like as fresh out the box, my thumb is very grippy, so I was surprised. The RB and LB, or left bumper, right bumper, they feel like the PlayStation DualSense R1 and L1, which is very interesting. And the triggers also feels like a PlayStation's R1, R2, and L2. That's just pretty interesting. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll be right back. I'm about to get my Xbox controller, PlayStation controller. All right, I'm back. So as you see, like, this is my Xbox Series controller right here, and this is my DualSense controller. And when you look at both of these controllers and look at this controller has like the rectangular shape of the DualSense controller, but the button layout is of the Xbox controller. And this is kind of like a really good in between. Like, I'm really surprised. Like, normally when I'm playing fighting games, like I always like my D-pad up here. And whenever I play first person shooting in other games, I will have my joysticks like in this configuration. But because of this controller has like such a rectangular like shape as this, but the button layout, actually using the D-pad might actually be very comfortable. Like, this may be a valuable option for those people who like looking for like a D-pad, for like a D-pad in this placement that's comfortable for on the Xbox Series X or S. But yeah, without further ado, let's run some tests. Let's test the joystick accuracy. Let's go ahead, do input lag test, and play some games and see how this controller fails. Oh, before I get into the other parts, I forgot to mention that this controller does come with 2 programmable back buttons right here, which feel very clicky, feel really nice. You definitely are going to have to lighten your grip if you like to hold your controllers like really heavy, because I can see someone accidentally like pushing these 2 buttons, but Other than that, yeah, the back buttons seem to be okay. I actually really like them. So anyway, back to the video. Okay guys, so here we are in Gamepad Tester. As you see, I have the 8bitdo Ultimate Xbox controller hooked up to my PC and it's recognizing all the inputs of the controller. But here we are about to do a joystick accuracy test. So let's test the circularity of this controller. All right, and go slow. All right, so looks like we have an average error rate for about 10%, which looks like it's kind of even all around. So it's not too bad. This actually is like really decent. It's like basically the same error rate scales as a regular Xbox or a DualSense controller. So yeah, this isn't too bad. I can mess with this. And I can see that the sticks do snap right back to 0.00002, which is really good. So there's no issues there either. Yep. All right, let's do an input latency test on this controller. All right, now, so here we are about to do an X input test sample. So I'm going to test this for 1,000 samples and we're going to rotate this left stick. Not too fast, not too slow, but at a steady pace. And let's see what the input latency is. So here we go. All right. Looks like I see a lot of threes and looks like I get an average input latency of 4.23 with a pulling rate of 236. Interesting. So going up this list, I'm seeing, yeah, this input has a pulling rate of 4 milliseconds and there's a couple of little outliers, but yeah, this is pretty solid for a wire controller. 4 millisecond input latency average. So yeah, that's actually really good. All right, let's move on with some of the software for this controller. This controller is also compatible with the mobile software that's called the 8bitdo Ultimate controller software. So with this, once you as soon as you start the app, it's going to start looking for your 8bitdo Ultimate controller, and you can tell if it finds it because you'll see the 3 LEDs blinking on here, and you'll see the 3 LEDs blinking on your controller. So all you have to do is just click to use the controller, and with this app, you basically can map all the buttons if you want to. And you can basically configure all the profiles, change all the button mapping, control the stick accuracy, trigger sensitivity, and vibrations level. So basically all the basic stuff that you can do with the software you can do right here, which I think is really cool. Okay, so I've been using this controller for some time and I have to say, I really think that this is a decent controller overall. I do like the fact that the controller has like a rectangular shape like between an Xbox and a PlayStation with the Xbox button layout. And because of the shape of the controller, the D-pad is actually very comfortable to use in fighting games like Tekken 7. I really do enjoy using this controller in fighting games. And if you're someone who likes the Xbox layout, but then like using a D-pad when playing fighting games, you might want to pick up this controller especially for Xbox, because the controller, again, is very comfortable to use a D-pad. As far as the 3 profiles, I think the 3 profiles are really good. The fact that you have a mobile app to configure all 3 profiles, and then you have a button to switch between the 3 profiles on the 5 is really cool. And overall, like using the controller in different games, like first-person shooters and fighting games, it's all around a decent controller to use. The only downside is that like it's a wire controller, which kind of sucks. But this controller is more so geared towards Xbox, which I understand why it's a wire controller, because it's kind of hard to get a wireless third-party Xbox controller. On the PC side, like you can still get all the benefits that the Xbox players get, but there are some controllers around the same price range that can perform better or do everything that the Xbox controller do on PC, but maybe probably a little bit better. But overall, this is a really decent controller, and if I was to give this controller a rating from 1 through 10, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. It is a really good controller. You can use it for a variety of different games. The 3 profiles are really cool. The mobile app is awesome, and the fact that the D-pad is extremely comfortable to use in fighting games is a big plus for me. So yeah. All right guys, so that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this review, remember to hit that like button for me, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I actually have got a couple of budget-friendly controllers that I'm currently reviewing, so I'm going to start putting out more budget-friendly controllers, and there's a special controller that I'm working on that I'm really excited for because they finally released the software for this controller, and yeah, it's actually really nice. I like it a lot. So remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.